What's going on, guys? This is Mario again. Welcome to the channel. Just wanted to get on here real quick and kind of show you a few things that I've picked up over the past few weeks. Got a couple of watches and some Victorinox, some sacks that I've picked up here. I think it was last week on Friday. Um, but let's start with the um Trapper over here in the back. Picked this guy up with from brother Dwayne at Clark's Kentucky Knives, and I believe it was his first whatnot auction um, for brother Cornbread, brother Mike. So I had sent some knives over there for the auction. They seem to be they seem to do pretty well. I think they ran on the second auction though. There was a few. I think I sent a Victorinox. What else? I don't know. There was like 5 or 6 knives that I've sent over there. A Buck 110, some Kershaw knives, a bunch of little things here and there. It goes all to a good cause. But yeah, ended up picking this guy up. I've been looking for one of these. It's a Roper Trapper with carbon steel blades. I did clean the blades up a little bit because they had some patina from the previous owner. I don't know who this belonged to previously, but it's found a home here, and yeah, real nice little uh, pocket knife, Roper Trapper with carbon steel blades. Also picked up a little Jesus that day. This one's gonna go in my van whenever I get my van back, because my daughter's been driving it to her internship at church every other day and on Sundays, and pretty much every day that I don't use it since I'm not working right now. But yeah, little Jesus is gonna go in the van. What else did I pick up? We were at the Walmart. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Just looking around. My wife was doing some shopping and went to the watches, the jewelry section, and they had a bunch of Timex watches on clearance. Some of these go for up to $50. And yeah, I've been using them. This one's already kind of scratched up. Um, but yeah, I got this green face one. I don't know if it'll, there you go, focus. Green face one. I'm not a fan of these watch straps, so I'm probably gonna get some like NATO straps or something like that. Been wearing this guy. This one's a real nice one. It's got the black and orange contrasting second hand there with black face, and of course it's the, I don't know if it'll show, probably not because of the light. There you go. I forget what they call it. Is it Indiglo or something like that? uh while I was there, of course my boys, they see dad, and they see that dad wears a watch, and they wanted a watch, so I got this one for Zeke, and then Mario got this one. It's got a step counter. So pick these up. They were marked down. I believe it was like $20 off retail. And then when I went to scan them in the app, they came up. I think this one came up for like $12. This one too. And then both of mine came up for $13 a pop. So if you guys are close to a Walmart somewhere, you might want to check out their clearance section in the jewelry side if you're looking for a watch. Um, but yeah, pretty nice pickups there. And you guys know already, we try to do things on a budget over here. I'm just not going to be the one to spend $50 on a watch. And essentially I ended up paying about 50 for four. So not too bad. Um, Last week, my wife had Friday off, so she's like, "Hey, you want to go, look around at the not antique stores, but like the thrift stores and stuff like that." So I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's go." So her and I and Zeke ended up going, just looking around. Went to the Texas Surplus store. There was a lot of people there. It got pretty I don't know, frustrating just trying to go over people to look at knives and all kinds of other stuff. So we ended up leaving there, ended up going to a couple of other Goodwills and Salvation Army stores and stuff. And in one of those stores, I saw behind the glass counter, there was a bag, and I believe it was this red one that I saw. Just, it was a Ziploc bag, and this thing was just kind of like sticking up right there. So I told the lady, hey, can I see that? And it was a bag with all of these and this guy, which these are all SD classics. And then this one, I believe it's the Fieldmaster, because it's got the Phillips screwdriver, and then it's got the saw and the scissors and all the other stuff. So I didn't have one of these, so I ended up looking at it. This one did have the back not shield, the back cover broken. So I ended up, and I'll show you what I did here in a little bit, but yeah, ended up finding all of these for, I think it was $15-16. So again, gotta love being on a budget and finding, you know, little things like this to just to, you know, collect and use. Some of them have, you know, obviously were used a lot more. I did clean all of these, but, and kind of sanded down and stuff and polished them, but you know, you can see the deep scratches and indents on, you know, as people use them and stuff. That one's pretty well used, and I believe this green one too. I couldn't really get the scratches out of it, and I believe the white one too. All the other ones cleaned up really nice. See, yeah, this one's got still like discoloring or something on the bottom. But, you know, these are going to go on the keychains, and my daughter Natalia already called that one, the pink one, although she cannot take it to school because, you know, the time that we live in, kids are not allowed to have pokey things at school, which I'm okay with. But yeah, she's going to get that one, and then the rest of them are going to just get used on keychains and stuff. So, but yeah, so going back to this guy had the back cover kind of broken right here in the corner, and I think I threw it out. So I had another one, I believe it was just a regular Tinker with these scales, so I ended up switching them up. Actually, no, it was not a Tinker, it was another one. I forget the names of them, there's so many of them. But I ended up, I've had a 3D printer that when I started at my job about 1.5 years ago, there was, as I was cleaning up, you know, like all the technology stuff from classrooms and stuff like that, I had found an old Monoprice 3D printer that the science teacher, she wasn't using. I'm guessing the previous teacher that was there before her had gotten it through a grant or something, you know, to show kids 3D printing and stuff. But it was from like I believe that model came out in like 2016, 2018, something like that. So it was an older Monoprice 3D printer, and the teacher's like, I don't need that. Like, I don't use it, you know, like you can have it. So I had it in my office, and I asked my boss, I was like, hey, can I use this? I said, I don't even know if it works or not. What I did find out is that the filament that we had with it is old and like brittle, so it takes a few times to actually run through and finish a project. I did finish these guys, and I've sanded them down, but this was my first successful try after like 2 or 3 times that it stopped in the middle of the print. But then when I was trying to use them, I saw that these didn't have the provision for the tweezers and the toothpick. So, you know, it wasn't really what I was looking at. So then I went online and found a bunch, and a lot of these have open source projects. You do have to do some tinkering on the computer and then trying to figure out which, like the settings specifically for this specific 3D printer. But this is the second set that came out. I haven't used these, but yeah, so might need to get some like model paint paint the cross maybe white or, you know, yellow or something, make it look nice. So that was my second try. And then we're gonna get to the, what is today, Tuesday? Let's do a two for Tuesday, which I actually carried today. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw what I carried today. So it is this guy. So yeah, I had some orange filament, and this is the one that I took the covers for this guy. Now this one here, and I don't know what the covers are for a third. It's got a third place for something. I think it's the pen, because it goes from here like all the way over here. And I don't have any of those pens because I don't have that model of sack to, you know, take a pen off. And I don't even know if they sell them separately. I'll probably hit up Amazon and check it out, get a pen for this one. But yeah, real nice little, and this one's a user too. You can tell the blade has been sharpened. But you know, we use them, we use our stuff. So this one I carried today. In a little, I'll show you what I have. I make little cheap, it's a belt sheath. As you can see, this cheap like painted leather. It is leather, but it's like cheaply made. So this one went in there. So yeah, that was what I carried today. And then messing around with stuff, I found, if you guys know the CRKT squid, I ended up making a scale, and this one only has one because it's got the frame lock on the back. Man, this thing is so much nicer to carry instead of having the, where is it? The other side, which was also steel. That's the original one. That's the second one, or the one I printed. So much lighter to carry. It is a little finicky, like I gotta sand down the corners and stuff like that, but it works pretty good. So yeah, that's kind of what I have for y'all today. Don't want to take too much of your time, so a little 2 for Tuesday, little 3D printed scales for the CRKT squid and the Swiss Army knife. What else did I carry? I did ended up, if you guys saw my video on the mail call from Brother Tim, I did end up putting the Nasty Clean patch on my little EDC pouch. So that's what I carried today. Again, if you saw my Instagram post, that's kind of what I carried. I had to take the kids to have physical and doctor appointment for their yearly checkups and stuff. So that's pretty much what I carried. And of course my wallet, got some cash in there. Travelombo, I believe is the brand. Amazon, you can get them for like 10 bucks. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I hope you guys have an awesome Tuesday. We will see you on the next one. And like I always say, which I don't think I said yesterday, but so I guess I don't always say it, but when I remember, I say it. Be the light so that everybody sees what an awesome God we serve. And we'll see you on the next one. God bless. Bye-bye.